Now we try to see here about the overseas citizen of India, which you also called as OCI. So overseas citizen of India, आपको नाम से ही समझ में आ जाएगा that when you are talking about the people who are living overseas, ठीक है, जो कि बाहर रह रहे हैं, then you will also say that there is also a term used to refer to the people who are living outside, which is NRI, non-resident Indians. So for that, you will have certain differences to understand between NRI and OCI. For example, in your book, you have got a table. So this is like a good table, which is giving you the comparisons between NRI, PIO and OCI. So you get it on different bases, and therefore this is something that you can easily read it, and your things would be sorted. You can read it from LAXMIKANTH, it is given there. And you will get all of those informations which you would want to acquire about the differences between NRI and OCI. So right now we'll just focus on the concept of OCI, because we have certain sections related to it and certain news also, like the current affairs inclusion is also there. So when we talk about these people, what happened in their case, how the gradual changes happened. So firstly, what happened in September 2020, the Ministry of External Affairs, of course, Government of India, they made this committee on the Indian diaspora, and you have diaspora as a section in your IR also. So Committee on Indian Diaspora, and the chairman was LM Singhvi. Now this committee gave report 2 years later in 2002, and they recommended that there should be amendment to the original Citizenship Act 1955. And what this amendment should be about? It should provide dual citizenship to the PIOs of certain specified countries. Now please understand, when we talk about this dual citizenship, it is not about क्या होता है कि आपको थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हो सकता है. इंडिया में द कॉन्सेप्ट वी आर यूजिंग इज ऑफ सिंगल सिटीजनशिप ओनली, ठीक है. यू डोंट हैव टू गेट कंफ्यूज्ड विद दिस, विच इज ऑन 2 levels. First, that anybody who voluntarily acquires the citizenship of another country would automatically have the Indian citizenship terminated. That is a constitutional article also that we have seen. Another is that you also do not possess a citizenship for your state, like the state that you reside in, Indian state. So you are only getting the citizenship of a country. So by that logic also we have a single citizenship concept. But here the idea was that the people of Indian origin of certain specified countries, जो भी वो mention करेंगे, so if they are living outside, we can make them Indians. I mean, we can give them the citizenship here. Then 2003 में amendment हुआ, Citizenship Amendment Act 2003, जहाँ पे ये बोला गया that this OCI, Overseas Citizenship of India, this was acquired by the PIOs of 16 countries. क्योंकि यहाँ पे इन्होंने they had already said that only the ones specified would be given. तो जो persons of Indian origin कुछ 16 country में रह रहे थे except Pakistan and Bangladesh. So exceptions you need to remember. कौन थे वो 16 countries is of not that significance for the exam. But they also said that if the dual citizenship is allowed by their local laws, their matlab the countries in which they were living. Then again amendment was made in 2015, जहाँ पे एक नया scheme introduce किया गया, and it was about the OCI card holder. Now they said that there should be merger of PIO and OCI card scheme. So what was the issue here? That there used to be confusion about the 2 different schemes. Firstly, this PIO card scheme has been running since 2002. And simultaneously, OCI card scheme also started to run since 2005. So people started to get very confused about it. And therefore, in 2015, it was decided that we would merge these 2 card schemes. Card here basically, kind of giving you a permission kind of a thing. Like you have a document as passport. So something like that, giving you that permission so that you can travel and all of that. So kind of identity for that. So here it was said that we would merge both the card schemes, and in totality, now that would be called as OCI card holder. So anybody possessing that would be called as OCI card holder. एंड देन ऑल द एग्जिस्टिंग PIO कार्ड होल्डर्स, क्योंकि इनको मर्ज कर रहे थे, सो ऑल द एग्जिस्टिंग कार्ड होल्डर्स वर नाउ टू बी कंसिडर्ड एज OCI कार्ड होल्डर्स विथ इफेक्ट फ्रॉम 9 जनवरी 2015. अमेंडमेंट के बाद यहीं पे बोल दिया गया कि अब सारे PIO कार्ड होल्डर्स जो हैं अब वो OCI कार्ड होल्डर्स कहलाएंगे. Also, this Amendment Act replaced the nomenclature of OCI with that of OCI cardholder. So now the nomenclature with this Amendment Act, firstly, merger happened. Secondly, it was decided that all of them would be called as this since this date. Third, it was said that there will be no term as OCI now. The term would now be replaced by OCI cardholder. And also, in this act, certain provisions were made with respect to, first, so this detail could be handy for your prelims. So first, registration of OCI card holder. Second, conferment of rights. So first they will register themselves. If that is approved, they will get certain rights. If they want to renunciate that, renounce that, so that would also be allowed. And then cancellation of registration also, like it happens in the normal citizenship. Okay, we have seen already the provisions related to all of these pointers. So on a similar basis, you have here also registration se related, rights se related, how do you renounce it, and how the cancellation of registration can happen. So in your book, again, you have got a whole detailed information. Now the point is, this is very much similar to the ones given in that citizenship वाला part. ठीक है, जो उसमें दिए हुए थे ना, वही kind of details जो हैं वो यहाँ पर भी हैं. So we'll just briefly see here. ज़्यादा detail की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है because it is already, as I said, given there. In short, if you have to remember, or rather it would be better if I give it in a short manner. So not just to, confuse you any further. It would be better if we have a kind of shorter notes on that. So अगर हम बात करें कि registration कैसे कैसे ली जा सकती है, ठीक है, I mean the persons who are eligible for the registration of OCI card holder, तो उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, एंड यू हैव गॉट द डिटेल्स इन लक्ष्मीकांत एज आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू. ठीक है, ये सारी चीज़ें इसी को जस्ट शॉर्ट करके आई एम गिविंग यू हियर. सो फर्स्टली इट इज सेड दैट इफ समबडी हु इज अ सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया ऑन 26 जनवरी, बिकॉज इट इज रिटन एट द टाइम ऑफ कमेंसमेंट, है ना, यहाँ पे आपको मिल जाएगा सिटीजन आफ्टर द कमेंसमेंट ऑल्सो, एट द टाइम ऑफ कमेंसमेंट ऑल्सो. So which means the date is this, so I'll just refer this date itself. ठीक है, उस दिन हो या फिर who would be eligible to become citizen at commencement or belong to territory that became part of India after 15th August 1947, or child, grandchild or great grandchild of such citizen. तो ये सब हो गए आपके 1 के ए के कंडीशन की, और देन 1B में कंडीशंस, इफ देयर विल बी एनी माइनर चाइल्ड ऑफ एनी वन अबव, तो भी रजिस्ट्रेशन से OCI कार्ड होल्डर बन सकते हैं. थर्ड में माइनर चाइल्ड एंड बोथ पेरेंट्स are Indian citizen or one parent is Indian citizen, like any of the criteria can be fulfilled. You know that there are so many criteria to be considered. Spouse of foreign origin. These pointers are important because जब हम आगे जाके cancellation की भी बात करते हैं ना, तो these points become important. ठीक है, इसलिए renunciation की भी बात करते हैं तो these points become important. Therefore you have to know कि कौन कौन बन सकता है and then कौन कौन हट भी सकता है. So spouse of, if you are spouse of a foreign origin and you are spouse of an Indian citizen, ठीक है, मतलब you are of foreign origin but you are spouse of Indian citizen, ठीक है, in that case, or if you are spouse of foreign origin of OCI also. So you belong to any foreign country, but you are spouse of an Indian citizen, or you are spouse of an already OCI card holder. In that case also. But if you are spouse, definitely there should be registered marriage, क्योंकि that is only going to be considered as the proof, है ना? And your marriage should have subsided for 2 years. 2 साल का subsistence होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं है कि शादी टूट गई हो तो वो काउंट हो जाएगा. एटलीस्ट 2 साल शादी टिकी रहनी चाहिए. सो दैट इज ऑल अंडर 1 कंडीशन. और देन अंडर 2 में the pointer that is related to the registration is that the date is to be specified by the central government, कि आप कब से OCI card holder बनेंगे, and central government will only be the responsible authority for registration of a person as OCI card holder. So these are the pointers related to registration. Now when we talk about rights, कि इनको rights क्या मिलते हैं, of course that is an important part. ठीक है, rights of an OCI card holder. अब rights की हम बात करते हैं तो सबसे पहले specified कहाँ से होगा, कौन specify करेगा the rights? Central government will specify the rights of the OCI card holders. Then they are not entitled, please notice, they are not entitled to these rights. So I'll give you certain rights. So not entitled to these rights conferred on Indian citizen. अगर ये rights जो है ना, जो Indian citizens को मिलती हैं, कुछ rights उनमें से, that will not be given to OCI card holder. So what are those rights? Firstly, equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. ठीक है. Then election as president or vice president. Then appointment as Supreme Court or High Court judge. You can understand the very obvious things that you cannot give these rights to OCI. Right of registration as a voter in India. Then being MP, MLA or MLC, and also not permissible to be appointed to any of the public service and posts. In connection with, so any such public service which is related to central government or state government, you will not be allowed except as specified by central government. So if central government specifies something specifically as an exception, then that person being OCI could also get, but otherwise these rights which are granted to Indian citizen will not be given to the OCI. Okay, this you have to remember. And also recently there has been a judgment, so this is a part of current affairs, that Government of India has clearly mentioned that the OCI card holders do not enjoy the fundamental rights granted by Constitution of India. ठीक है, so this you have to, prelims में देखिए सीधा सीधा one liner question हो सकता है, so you might get confused, because these are the provisions that we have seen is being given where, is being given in this 2015 Amendment Act. I have told you that with this Amendment Act the provisions were made related to these points, registration rights, etc, etc. But then this is a recent news wherein, recent I mean a couple of years ago, that the government has said that they do not enjoy the fundamental rights. Okay, so this is another thing. Second heading also done. Moving on to the next subparts, which will be about renunciation, कि rights जो हैं वो renunciate कैसे कर सकते हैं, कहाँ से कर सकते हैं, etc. So firstly कि ये जो declaration होगा by the OCI card holder that I want to renounce my citizenship OCI, तो if they want to do this, तो definitely एक prescribed manner होगा, जैसे normal citizenship में था. So prescribed manner होगा, they will have to declare that. ठीक है, and declaration also has to be registered with central government, and once that is done, the person ceases to be OCI card holder. If such person ceases to be OCI card holder, then the spouse, if the spouse has acquired OCI card, then, and if the minor child also has acquired the OCI card, they will also cease to be OCI card holder. Okay, that is renunciation, that you are yourself renouncing that I don't want to continue as OCI card holder. And then your registration can be cancelled also. So cancellation of registration, iska kya hoga? In this case, of course, that has to be done by the central government. So what are the cases in which it can happen? Firstly, if the registration has been obtained by fraud, etc. Okay? Or you show disaffection towards the constitution. So in this case also that can happen. Or you are indulged in any unlawful trade. ठीक है, जो सेम चीज उसमें थी. और communication with enemy during war. Definitely such kind of war in which India is also engaged. ठीक है. और within 5 years of your registration, at least 2 years imprisonment जो है वो आपको उसका सामना करना पड़ा हो. ठीक है. और if the government feels that to protect the sovereignty and integrity of India, they need to cancel your registration. सिक्योरिटी के लिए, सिक्योरिटी पर्पस के लिए, किसी तरह के फ्रेंडली रिलेशन विथ एनी फॉरेन कंट्री अगर उनको ज़रूरत लगे, वट एवर दे फील सूटेबल. अगर जनरल पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट में इट फील्स सूटेबल दैट योर registration needs to be cancelled, it could also be done. And or one thing is also, if your marriage is dissolved, क्योंकि उसमें था ना 2 साल तक sustain होना चाहिए, and some other conditions related to marriage, etc. In these cases, the registration gets cancelled. So you have already seen this, and you know now the benefits also. Certain benefits के लिए what you can actually do, कि ये जो table है, if you will see here, so इसी में you will get a column because it will help you to compare. So there's no point doing it right now. Like who are these people? So definitions you are getting, who is eligible you are getting. Then they're also giving you how can one get, where to apply, for the Indian citizenship. Then fees, nationals are eligible, benefits. So such columns you can prepare, what are the benefits they are getting, okay? Etc, etc, visa, registration with local police, etc. So all of that information is available and you can easily look for them. It will be very, very handy in case you would need to write, certain informations about it. So I think we're done with the issues of OCI, and once you're done with the benefits and that too comparing it with NRI, things would be sorted out for you. So that is your homework that you can prepare on your own. Uske alawa, I don't think there is something as such important. There has been certain issues. For example, there was a notification by the Home Ministry wherein they required that the professional OCIs, like, the journalists and researchers, they will have to notify about their activities in India. Now, for this notification, the OCIs also planned that we should challenge this notification because there were certain issues related to the notification. Firstly, कि फीस वगैरह को लेके काफ़ी फीस लग रही थी. उसके अलावा कि in that case you are equating the Indian domicile OCI with the foreigners, then they were being deprived of the domicile status to the students. The OCI students either in India or in the country of their citizenship, उनको domicile status नहीं मिल रहा था. So there were certain issues related to the notification and they decided to challenge that. But there is nothing as such concrete about it much, so I think we can do it here. And uske alawa, all of that information has already been shared with you. Now in the next video, I'll talk on the coming topics. So see you guys. Take care till then. Bye bye.